Good morning, welcome to filmmyrun.com. My name's Stephen Cousins. I've never been to Guernsey before. Today we're going to run 36 miles around the perimeter of the island. It should be absolutely amazing. The weather is stunning and hopefully it'll stay like this all day. Last year there were about 20 runners, so I'm told. This year 70. Let's see if next year we can make it 170. So the rule is, keep the sea on your left. If it's not on your left, you've gone the wrong way. This is the town of St Peter's Port, main town in Guernsey, very pretty. Okay, 1.5k in, a mile in, and we're just doing our first climb up a set of steps by the aquarium. There's the castle in the distance. Okay, so we're an hour in to the GU36. We're running over the cliffs. First 16 miles of this race is all cliffs, but do you know what? It's absolutely beautiful. Look at this beach down here, look. I do a lot of coastal marathons, coastal ultras, and you know, already this is right up there with them for beautiful scenery. 2 hours in to the GU36. We've climbed 570 metres. They like their steps in Guernsey, let me tell you that. So we've got the lighthouse over there, and we've got a huge gun turret up there. So that means we're reaching the end of the cliff section now. It's about 1,000 metres climbing over these cliffs, and then the next 20 miles is really quite flat. Everything that you'd expect from a good ultra. Lots of fruit, lots of sweets, lots of nuts, cake, a little bit of watermelon left. Just gone 4 hours in and we're halfway. You know what, I'm not entirely sure I'm supposed to be running on the beach, but there was an orange marker leading down here, so here I am, and I'm very, very tempted to go and splash some cold seawater on my head. What do you think? Cold seawater. Coming into the third checkpoint at 40 kilometres, just in time because I'm running out of water. Right, this is what it's all about. When you're running an ultra, it's not about time, it's about enjoying yourself. Oh, it's cold. There we are, just ticked over to 48 kilometres, so that means 10k to go. 6 hours 18, hopefully we'll get in around 7.5 hours. Very pretty by the sea, glad of that swim though, really cooled my muscles down. we're just rounding the harbour now at St Peter's Port. You can see the castle over there in the distance, and the Liberation Monument is somewhere in the middle there, so it's got to be only a couple of kilometres. It's 7 hours and 5 minutes now, so we will get in under 7:30, but it's by no means a fast run today. Less than a mile to go. Really hurting now. Just want to stop. It's absolutely beautiful run. Beaches, beautiful cliffs, beautiful views. Jersey there in the distance. It's all been gorgeous. There we are. Well done. Cheers, Peter. Thank you very much. Oh, it's lovely. Absolutely beautiful, isn't it? Yeah. So this is Peter, who organised the event this year for the first time. First 16 miles, 1,000 metres elevation over the hills, stunning views, absolutely beautiful. If you're not into that, then you get 20 miles of flat, beautiful sandy beaches, coves, coffee shops if you want to, ice cream parlours, plenty of toilets, absolutely gorgeous. End of May, should be nice and sunny. If not, doesn't matter, it's gorgeous anyway. Thank you, Peter. If you've never been to the Channel Islands, why not make it a long weekend? Come to Channel Islands, come to Guernsey and do this ultra. If you live in the Channel Islands, you've no excuse not to do this next year. That's it from Guernsey. I've got to get changed and get a ferry back to the mainland, so we've got to be quick. Thanks very much for watching. My name's Stephen Cousins, this is filmmyrun.com. We've been to Guernsey. In August we're going to Jersey, 48 miles around Jersey, so join me for that. But from Guernsey, 36 miles, been absolutely gorgeous in the sunshine. See you again next time, bye bye.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. This is Film My Run on Zwift. My name is Stephen Cousins and we are broadcasting live around the world on Facebook, on twitch.tv, on Mixer and on YouTube. While we're getting everything set up, it would be absolutely awesome if you could go and subscribe to the Film My Run YouTube channel and also the Zwift Runs and Rides YouTube channel. You can also find us on Facebook at facebook.com/filmmyrun, on Twitter at filmmyrun, and you can also go to the website, which is www.filmmyrun.com. It's very nearly time, so sit back, relax and watch me do all the hard work. Good evening, everybody. We're just going to do like a standard 10k group run today. I apologise, there is a lot of condensation on the main camera. There's nothing I can do about it. I've tried to wipe it, but it's inside the camera, so hopefully if the shed warms up a bit, we should get rid of some of that. But the side camera is working. Nothing special about today's live stream. I am going to just talk a little bit about my streaming setup if anybody's interested. But other than that, we're just going to get 10k out of the way in a fairly standard way. It looks like there's about 12 people running today. Nobody I recognise though, I don't think. I can't see any faces that I recognise, or any names rather that I recognise. So, and we're not going to go very fast. I'm just going to go like a standard pace because I did a long run last night. I've got a long run tomorrow, so we're just going to chill out and relax for 10 kilometres. It should take about 55 minutes, 50 minutes to an hour, something like that. Depends how I feel. And we're off in in 1 minute 20 seconds or so. Excuse me. If you do want to say hello on Facebook chat, I can see that. Like I say, nothing special today, just a bit of a chill out. I'll be there at 6 o'clock in the morning, Jack. Don't you worry about it. Might be coughing my guts up still, but I'll be there.
Jack it up.
30 seconds, I'm going to start jogging. So, you can see we're static on the start line. I'm just jogging so that when we go, I'll be moving immediately. Not that I'm particularly racing, but I do want to make up for the other day when I kind of completely failed to start and had to play catch up for 2 kilometres. Here we go. Okay, let's go up to 10k an hour. So obviously 10k an hour means I'll finish in an hour. We might go a bit faster than that. Scotty says good luck. Thanks, Scotty. I'm not racing, just having a bit of fun. Just getting another 10k under the belt. Trying to reach 100 kilometres of running this week. So I need to do about 20 miles tomorrow. Normal, long, standard Sunday run.
Jack it up.
Be quite nice to run with some people though. Yeah, well, Scotty's just said hopefully this won't crash. I've had 2 big crashes. Well, not big, but I've had 2 crashes over the past couple of weeks. One when I was doing a marathon, crashed right at the end of the marathon. This is the Zwift program on my computer. Crashed when I was doing the marathon right at the end. And then a couple of days ago, we were doing a group run with quite a few runners, about 30 odd runners. It's quite a big event for running anyway. And loads of us had a crash at the end. We ran 5k, and as we all crossed the finish line, the app crashed for quite, like, not just me, but a lot of runners. The app crashed, so some little bug in the system, which I think has since been ironed out. We're on the London course. Got the Tower of London behind us now. There's the Tower of London there. So A Humphreys is running at 4:22 per kilometre. It looks like he's in second at the moment, so there's somebody else in front of him by all accounts. And then Baloo is 3 seconds in front of me. He's running just a little bit faster. So I'm in 4th place apparently. The legs do feel a little bit heavy, so I'm trying to resist the urge to kind of bump up the pace and go a bit faster. I don't really want to race. It's that kind of racing instinct that kicks in, makes you want to try and catch the people ahead. So we've got riders from quite a few different countries. United States, Canada, Germany. Is that Mexico down there? Okay, a couple of other runners getting into their stride, just overtaking me now. Do I try and be sociable and stay with them? Right, Richard and Tanya, what are you I've spent all afternoon with you, and now you're watching me. I bet you're both sitting next to each other with your phones. Go and do something, for God's sake. Okay, so we're 1 kilometre in, just over, keeping it steady at just over 10 kilometres an hour, 10.5k an hour. It's going to bring us in around 58 minutes, something like that. Right, so Tom Rockford is suggesting I speed up and whip their asses. Richard is saying, am I not full of cheese and coffee? And that he's going to have some more cheese. I've been over at Richard's house this afternoon. and they've been plying me with cheese. So I'm trying to burn it off. Richard, why don't you invite Tanya downstairs and sit in front of the big screen and just watch me on the TV this evening? That's an hour of your evening done, isn't it? Okay, it's starting to warm up down here. I think the camera is clearing a bit. Started off with a lot of condensation on the main camera, so I apologise for that. Scotty Filmer's asking me when my next race is. Well, my next proper race, if you don't count park runs, my next race is with Richard, and we're doing a 100-mile race called the Arc of Attrition in February. It's 100 miles starting on the south coast of Cornwall and finishing on the north coast of Cornwall, right round Land's End and up the other side. I did it last year and I did it in just under 30 hours. So I'm going to hope to be fit enough to take a couple of hours off that maybe this year. But you know, it's 100 miles and a lot can happen in 100 miles. You just have no idea what's going to crop up. You know, as long as I don't fall down a mine shaft or do my knees in or just have a total mental breakdown, you know, it is possible to take, I think, for me to take at least a couple of hours off that time. But again, the weather is a massive thing as well. You just don't know what the weather's going to do. If the weather is terrible, it could just really slow you down. There's a 13-mile section between Sennan Cove and St Ives, which last year, or this year, took me 5 hours to do 13 miles. I'm just hoping I can do it a bit quicker. But if the weather's bad, that section will just become even more unrunnable than it already is. Sharon says, hi, how you doing? I'm doing all right, Sharon. I've lost my white hat though. I've got a white cap to go with my nice ex-bionic white top. Can't find it anywhere. I think Grandma's moved it somewhere, secretly hidden it. I'm trying to put in 100 kilometers this week and 1,000 meters of elevation. So this 10k this evening is kind of just a few miles under the belt. So I've only got 20 miles to do tomorrow. Two kilometers done, 8 to go. And without touching the treadmill, I've sped up to 11 kilometers an hour. Does that mean my feet are pushing the belt harder? Or there's something wrong with my treadmill? Or there's something wrong with Zwift's calibration of my speed? Who knows? Who cares? My watch is telling me I'm doing 10.9 kilometers an hour at an average pace of 5:32 per kilometre, and that is pretty much
exactly what Zwift is saying. So I'm inclined to believe we're right. Gavin Stevens is watching Pole Dark, everybody.
If you are interested in running on Zwift, then you do need a few things. First and foremost, access to a treadmill. You may have your own, you may need to go to a gym, but it doesn't matter what kind of treadmill you use. Secondly, if you are on a Mac or a PC, you will need a foot pod, and that foot pod needs to be an Ant Plus foot pod. It needs to broadcast in Ant Plus. You will also need a USB stick to plug into your computer or Mac, and that will receive the signal from your Ant Plus foot pod. If you're using an iOS device, it could be an iPad, an iPhone, or even Apple TV, then you will need a Bluetooth foot pod, specifically a smart Bluetooth foot pod. You can get them from Polar, you can get a Stride, or you can get a Milestone foot pod. These all connect direct to your iOS device, so there's no need for anything extra. And that really is all you need to run on Zwift. You could add an optional heart rate monitor. Very interesting to see what heart rate zone you're working in, how hard you're working during your run. Also, if you really want to spend the money, there are treadmills that do broadcast Bluetooth, and you can also get things called Tread Tracker or Wahoo Gym Connect, which connects to your treadmill and broadcasts the speed of the treadmill. However, you don't need that. All you need is a foot pod, and that will broadcast your cadence and your speed direct from your foot. So get that foot pod, get access to a treadmill, and we'll see you on Zwift very soon.
Thanks for the ride on, N. Carroll. So if you're interested in running on Zwift, that's how you do it. Just a foot pod and a treadmill. I'm wearing a heart rate monitor as well, just so you can see on the left hand side of the screen there. Running in zone 3, yellow zone, 139 beats a minute. I've sped up a little bit. The next person is 22 seconds in front of me, and they're running over a minute faster than I am, so I'm not interested in catching them. Too much hard work. I'm not into hard work. No, Sharon, I don't want to. Gavin says that the Arc of Attrition 100-mile race goes through Pole Dark country, and that he says he's sure that Pole Dark can sort me out some jelly babies on the way round. Gavin, if you think that jelly babies are an appropriate food for a 100-mile race in the winter, but what you need is soup, hot soup. And I shall be sitting down at the Land's End aid station at about 2 o'clock in the morning and tucking into a nice bowl of hot vegetable soup. Unless I'm behind time, then I might have to crack on. Right, I've posted this stream on the Zwift Streamers Facebook page. So if there's anybody watching from there, what I'm using is OBS. So if you're a streamer, you'll know there are two main pieces of software you use for broadcasting: XSplit and OBS. I'm using OBS. And I've created loads and loads of scenes in OBS. Some of them are duplicates. Some of them are exactly the same. Some of them are slightly different. And I'm using the advanced scene switcher, which is an automatic scene switcher. So I don't have to touch anything. I've programmed all my scenes to follow on from each other. The problem is, with the scene switcher, it's like a round trip. You can't go back to, say, scene number 1 goes to scene number 2. I can't have it go back to scene number 1 and then on to scene number 3. I have to create a duplicate of scene number 1. It's a bit complicated to explain, but anyway. So basically all my scenes kind of follow on from each other automatically. I've got some that show just the camera 1, just camera 2, combinations of Zwift and all to both cameras, just to make the broadcast slightly more interesting. Obviously I've got the background music, and a couple of times I've got audio, me talking, so a lot of things I have to repeat, like how Zwift works. So I thought, well, if I just record that and play it back every 25 minutes or so, well, I can alter it to whenever I want. So that's like pre-recorded audio that you've already heard, and it might happen one more time before the end of this broadcast. Sharon asks if I'm running tomorrow. Yes, I'm running in the morning. I'm running outdoors in the real world. Oh God, that's a point. Hang on a minute, it's Christmas Eve tomorrow, isn't it? I'm supposed to be doing a live stream at 10 o'clock in the morning, aren't I? Okay, well, hopefully I'll be back in time to do that. I was forgetting, I was thinking that the live stream is in the evening, but it's not, it's in the morning. Okay, thank you, Sharon, for reminding me. So I shall have to shorten my planned long run tomorrow and get this live stream done. And then if I haven't done 100 kilometres, I'll see how I feel. And if I can go out again, 3 runs in a day though. Not sure I've ever done that before. Okay, we're not even halfway through yet. Maintaining zone 3, 10 minutes in zone 3. That's where we want to be. No big deal today. We're not pushing it hard. We're not overextending ourselves. So back to streaming. To get these camera angles on Zwift, see the camera looking at my avatar moves a lot, like that. That is done usually manually by pressing the keys on the keyboard, as I'm sure you know if you're a Zwifter. But I've got a little program called, can't remember what it's called, Auto Key Press or something, I can't remember now. Auto Hotkey. It's called Auto Hotkey. And again, I've just programmed a series of button presses to make the camera do various things. And again, just to make the broadcast a little more interesting, rather than just this behind view that is the standard view. Yeah, Sharon says 3 runs in a day is too much. Probably right, Sharon. Just see how I get on in the morning. But you know, training for 100 miles, you really do have to put in the miles. You're not gonna succeed in a 100-mile race if you go in underprepared. And unfortunately, that does mean banging out a load of miles every week. You know, if you do 20 miles a week, you might be lucky, you might finish, but it won't be pretty. But if you can put in 40, 60, 80 miles a week, I'm currently doing about 60. My 100 kilometers, 60 miles, 62 miles. I've had a couple of weeks where that's slackened off a bit because of illness last week and recovery from a couple of big races in November. But other than that, since about July, I've been fairly solid with getting in a good amount of elevation and a good amount of miles every week. Okay, my watch is telling me I'm running at 11.1 kilometers an hour. Zwift thinks I'm running a bit faster than that. Oh, now it's gone down to 2. Thing is, you know, it's never going to be 100% accurate. You just have to do what you do best you can, concentrate on your own work rate. If you are confident that you're putting the effort in that you need to put in, after all, this is just a game. There's no prizes at the end of this. It's just a bit of fun, and what counts is actually doing the races in the real world. That's where it matters. Thing is, people do get upset about these things, and especially in cycling on Zwift, people get very angry if they see cyclists who have got uncalibrated trainers, who are sometimes deliberately cheating the system just to run fast, to ride faster, win races. It can be done. A lot of Zwift relies on people's honesty. Certainly with cycling, your weight plays a big part. But a good way to test that somebody is working as hard as they say they're working is by their heart rate. So a lot of Zwift races, cycling races, require you to wear a heart rate monitor to get into the results. So if you're not wearing a heart rate monitor, your result will not count. So just coming into Parliament Square now, Houses of Parliament and Big Ben on the left, Westminster Abbey on the right. There's Big Ben. Halfway through, 5 kilometres done, just about. In 27.5 minutes, so that suggests finishing in 55 minutes. That's Westminster Abbey there. That's the back of Westminster Abbey. My watch has just recorded that kilometre at 5 minutes and 17 seconds. And Zwift looks like it's going to record it at 5 minutes 20. So again, we're pretty good, aren't we, really, in terms of calibration and matching up the pace and speed. It still says 11.1 kilometres an hour. And that's 11.3.4, but I think overall we're not doing too badly. So Balu's made a break for it, he's gone a bit faster. Reimer is up ahead, only 4 seconds ahead. So we're catching him a bit. He seems to have slowed down. 4.5k to go. You see the Shard in the background there. Is that the tallest building in London now? Going to be very disciplined and not speed up just at the moment. I will speed up a little bit later on, I think, in a couple of kilometres. So crossing the Thames. Not sure what bridge this is. Is it Westminster Bridge? It's not Westminster Bridge, is it? Because that's the other side. Yeah.
If you are interested in running on Zwift, then you do need a few things. First and foremost, access to a treadmill. You may have your own, you may need to go to a gym, but it doesn't matter what kind of treadmill you use. Secondly, if you are on a Mac or a PC, you will need a footpod, and that footpod needs to be an Ant Plus footpod. It needs to broadcast in Ant Plus. You will also need a USB stick to plug into your computer or Mac, and that will receive the signal from your Ant Plus footpod. If you're using an iOS device, it could be an iPad, an iPhone, or even Apple TV, then you will need a Bluetooth footpod, specifically a smart Bluetooth foot pod. You can get them from Polar, you can get a Stride, or you can get a Milestone foot pod. These all connect direct to your iOS device, so there's no need for anything extra. And that really is all you need to run on Zwift. You could add an optional heart rate monitor, very interesting to see what heart rate zone you're working in, how hard you're working during your run. Also, if you really want to spend the money, there are treadmills that do broadcast Bluetooth, and you can also get things called Tread Tracker or Wahoo Gym Connect, which connects to your treadmill and broadcasts the speed of the treadmill. However, you don't need that. All you need is a foot pod, and that will broadcast your cadence and your speed direct from your foot. So get that foot pod, get access to a treadmill, and we'll see you on Zwift very soon.
So just under 4 kilometres left. I must admit I have just bumped the pace up a little bit. But look, that Disney marathon chap is 1 minute and 53 seconds ahead, nearly 2 minutes ahead of me, so I'm not going to catch him. So third place is out of reach, so we'll just try and stick to fourth, see if we can hold on to that. So on the London course here, there's a sneaky way of getting to the Surrey Hills. And it's by running through this tube station. So you're running through central London. Oh, I appear to be third all of a sudden. Anyway, you run through central London, you go to a tube station, and you come out some 20 miles away in the Surrey Hills next to Box Hill. Box Hill is a very famous hill climb on the cycling circuit. It was used in the 2012 Olympics. It's used every year in the Prudential Ride London 100 mile race, or ride, whatever it's called. Still sticking in the zone 3, the yellow zone, 145 BPM at the moment. Been in that zone for 24 minutes. Lovely sunny day in Surrey. I don't think we're going to go up Box Hill. I think this is a flat route, so I think we're going to turn round at some point and just come back again. Interestingly, just for your information, I have bumped up the speed of the treadmill, so I am definitely going faster than I was a couple of minutes ago, and Zwift has reflected that, but my watch is still saying that I'm running at 11.3 kilometres an hour at 5:20 per kilometre. So I don't know if it's stuck or what. Maybe that's like average. That's what it is. It's average, isn't it? It's not actual. It's average speed. Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. I am looking at Facebook chat, so if anybody does want to ask a question, make a comment, say something, whatever you like, or just say hi, by all means please do. 3 kilometres to go. I'm in 3rd place on this 10k group run, but I'm not going to catch 2nd, I don't think. 2nd place is a long way ahead. I might bump up the speed in a kilometre just to continue the kind of gradual progression. Looks like we are climbing a hill. Hills, by the way, do make no difference in Zwift running. The treadmill isn't connected to Zwift and it doesn't automatically change like on the bike. If you go up a hill, if you have a smart trainer, the bike will automatically adjust the resistance and it feels like you're going up a hill. .503 for that kilometre according to my watch. Again, if you look on the left hand side of the screen, you can see all my kilometre splits there. That's what Zwift has recorded as each kilometre and my heart rate. And back in that yellow box, see the number 176, that's steps per minute. So they often say that your ideal cadence, steps per minute, should be around 180. So I'm not far off that. 2.5k to go. So, thanks for your comment, Louis. Louis says, are there many courses on Zwift? Well, no is the short answer to that. There are 3 separate courses. 2 of them are real world courses and 1 of them is an imaginary place. For the people who've been on Zwift for a long time, we all prefer the imaginary course. It's called Watopia, and that's because it's imaginary. The Zwift creators can just run wild with their imagination. So we can run through the middle of a volcano, we run through a Mayan jungle with ruins, pyramids. We run under the water in a glass tunnel, and you can run to the top of a snow-capped mountain. This course we're running on today is called the London course, and it is based on the Prudential Ride London route. So it is a real course. There is a little bit of a shortcut in the middle so that you can climb up Box Hill in Surrey and you don't have to run or ride 20 miles outside of London to get to it. But in general, it's a true to life representation of the London course. And the other course is the one that nobody likes that much, called Richmond, USA, and it's based on the World Championship cycling course from 2015. At the moment, you can't choose which course to go on. Actually, you can with a little hack. There's a little hack you can use to get into whatever course you like, but officially the courses are dished out on a weekly basis on a rota. So you just turn up on whatever course is on that day. Some people do argue that they want to see lots more real world courses. Other people say expand Watopia and make Watopia this massive playground. I mean, it's already pretty big. Oh, blimey. Sharon says there's been a big fire at London Zoo. Can't really say anything about that. Okay, so just under 2 kilometres to go. I'm 12 seconds ahead of Raymer in 4th place, but I'm at 1 minute 37 seconds behind the Walt Disney Marathon guy from Canada. He's only got a kilometre to run. There's no way I'm going to catch him. So we're going to stay in 3rd place, and I am not going to bump up the pace unless the chap behind me, who's now Chettle, tries to catch up. So I will try and stay in 3rd place. Final word on my streaming system. I use 2 services to stream. To Facebook, I use Joycaster, and in order to get my live broadcast to twitch.tv, to Mixer, and to YouTube, I use Restream.io. If you know about streaming, you must know about those 2 services, Restream.io and Joycaster. Facebook will only allow a streamer to stream to one service. So if you try to add YouTube to Joycaster as well as Facebook, it wouldn't let you. So I have to broadcast to Restream.io and then forward that broadcast on to Joycaster, which then broadcasts to Facebook. A little bit of a complicated system, but Joycaster's way of broadcasting to Facebook is easier than Restream's way. So that's why I do it that way round. I'm also running some overclocking software, MSI Afterburner, just to increase the clock speed, voltage on my graphics card. So Zwift is currently running at about 100 frames a second, and this broadcast is at 60 frames a second. Hello Lloyd. Lloyd, are you coming running in the morning? 6 o'clock from the leisure centre, 10 miles. There's about 4 or 5 of us running now. That's 6 o'clock in the morning, by the way. Hi Ollie, thank you. I saw you run earlier on today. Merry Christmas to you, mate. I do find it difficult to get to the morning park runs on Zwift. But I will make one sooner or later. Just my kids are really into running at the moment, so we tend to go to the real park run and get them running. Okay, we'll speed up for the last kilometre. Oh no! Yes, Lloyd, I've been ill. Lloyd's not coming tomorrow, he's poorly. I've still got a bit of phlegm in my throat, Lloyd. Felt terrible last Sunday. Right, let's bump it up a bit then. Just for the last kilometre. So right at the end of my group run a couple of days ago, my Zwift app crashed. So let's hope in 900 metres it doesn't crash again. Fingers crossed, everybody. Good luck out there. Tony says, isn't it about time I washed my Zwift shirt? You're probably right, mate. Thing is, in the virtual world, I'm not sure how much your shirts smell because, I don't know. And how do you know that I haven't got like a multitude of those orange and white shirts in my virtual cupboard? Do you know what though, I have actually thought about swapping that shirt out, putting on another one. Maybe I will. Let's see, if I've got time tomorrow morning, if I think about it before the group run tomorrow. I've just realised.
If you are interested in running on Zwift, then you do need a few things. First and foremost, access to a treadmill. You may have your own, you may need to go to a gym, but it doesn't matter what kind of treadmill you use. Secondly, if you are on a Mac or a PC, you will need a foot pod, and that foot pod needs to be an Ant Plus foot pod. It needs to broadcast in Ant Plus. You will also need a USB stick to plug into your computer or Mac, and that will receive the signal from your Ant Plus foot pod. If you're using an iOS device, it could be an iPad, an iPhone, or even Apple TV, then you will need a Bluetooth foot pod, specifically a smart Bluetooth foot pod. You can get them from Polar, you can get a Stride, or you can get a Milestone foot pod. These all connect direct to your iOS device, so there's no need for anything extra. And that really is all you need to run on Zwift. You could add an optional heart rate monitor, very interesting to see what heart rate zone you're working in, how hard you're working during your run. Also, if you really want to spend the money, there are treadmills that do broadcast Bluetooth, and you can also get things called Tread Tracker or Wahoo Gym Connect, which connects to your treadmill and broadcasts the speed of the treadmill. However, you don't need that. All you need is a foot pod, and that will broadcast your cadence and your speed direct from your foot. So get that foot pod, get access to a treadmill, and we'll see you on Zwift very soon.
200 metres to go. Yeah, I was just saying before that audio came in, I'm getting confused. I've got a run on Boxing Day, not Christmas Eve. So I can go out on my long run tomorrow morning. not worry about getting back in time. There we are, a bit of work for the last kilometre, pushing it into zone 4 for 3 minutes, 159 BPM, 50 metres to go. We're at the top of Box Hill nearly now. There we go, 10k, and that's the end. Wow. P. Schindler, 38.54. That is impressive work. Heart rate of 162, so that does make sense. Good running, P. Schindler. And Chyson, the Walt Disney chap, 49.35 with a heart rate of 124. So he looks like he was running within himself. And there's me with a heart rate of 141. Again, not breaking my neck. But that run by Schindler is very impressive. 162, if that's an average heart rate, which I think it is, that does suggest that he was caning it, because he would have had a heart rate of, I don't know, 180 at some point during that run. Very good. Right, so there you go, that's the end of that. Thank you very much for joining me, guys. I'm going to go and have a shower and have some food, and I'll go out and do 20 miles tomorrow, possibly, probably around about that. And yeah, we've got a live streamed race on Zwift on Boxing Day. I think it's 10 a.m. Should be a lot of people running that. So if you're around on Boxing Day morning and you fancy watching a bit of a run, then come along to that. Let's just give where is he? Chettle. Where's Chettle? There he is. Let's give him a thumbs up. Excuse me. There he is. So he was behind me all the way. There's my big blue thumb just landed on his head, look. Nice shot of the moon behind. And back to me. And we're going to say goodbye, guys. Oh, I'll just show you the screen that finishes it all. So there's my name at the top. 10.1 kilometres in a time of 53 minutes. And then we just click end run here. Look, if I want to change my shirt, look, customise. So look, I could put a red shirt on. Should we have a red shirt tomorrow? Or a white shirt? Okay, let's run in white. There you go, I've changed my shirt, Tony. That should be a nice clean shirt for the next time I run. And then we click end run. We get a little synopsis again. There's a map of where we've run, look. And we've had thumbs ups, ride-ons as they're called, from Todd, Neil, John, Martin and Vince. Reimer, we'll give him one back because he ran with us. Oh no, that's me. Can I give him a thumbs up? No. That's me following him. Do I follow John Hancock? No, I don't. Let's follow John Hancock. And then it says that I ran with Chettle, Reimer and Baloo. Okay. Guys, it's been an absolute pleasure. Thanks for watching. See you again next time. Take care. Bye-bye.